Hey, what is going on, guys? Thank you for joining us back here on another episode of Americana, where we are doing up this 87 Blazer. Now, you saw this clip last week, and this is her fresh out of paint, right after getting all the plastic peeled off. And this week we've got some parts coming in. We're going to get this thing all put together, so sit back, relax, and enjoy. Got a lot of stuff to do. We're waiting on a lot of parts, and some still haven't came in. You're seeing this video right after I've gotten finished putting this thing together. So today I am finishing the edit. It is Wednesday. You're gonna see this thing coming out Thursday evening. So now we got this top to paint. This thing was gray, obviously, so we're gonna go ahead and spray this thing black. Should be pretty straightforward. Basically just hit it with some 800 grit sandpaper to knock off all the little nibbies, and then give it a good scuff. Here she is with the first coat of black on it. I'll set the camera down here and let you guys watch me throw a coat on it. Figured that might be a little bit better in a lot of cases, instead of putting the old helmet cam on. Not to mention I don't really need it, and I can see a lot easier without a face shield and just spraying with the traditional carbon filter mask. We're just doing straight black with no clear coat on this. This is what I've done in the past, and it turns out really good. Turns out nice and like satin. You know, it's not a part that you want to be glossy. And you also don't want it too flat either, but you know, I mean, just doing a base coat with no clear coat is seems to be the way to go with these. We throw a final coat on this thing. Get the edges. Really try to get in those beveled areas for the windows. You don't want to miss any of that, you know. It's all going to be really easy to see, so. Alright guys, we're back here on the Blazer. I think we're going to get some of these doors put on today. We've got trim for the front end. We've got the filler piece. Got that front cowl that needs to go on. Let's do that front cowl first. I think that's what we'll tackle first. Now there's that plastic vent piece that goes over it, and then there's the nice metal painted part that goes over the top of that. We just got to get our little sprayer nozzles lined up there and bolted down, and we'll be set. Alright, as you can see, I'm laying this down, and I'm just about to find out that I don't have the lines and the sprayers bolted on. Yeah, I'm like, oh no, looks like, yeah, I'll install it fully first, and then I'll realize. And I did lose some footage, so I don't have like the exact proper footage. There she is, all installed, all beautiful. Oh, that's nice, isn't it? What a nice looking part. Now we got this filler piece here for the front. Goes down here at the bottom, kind of sits behind the bumper. Now, I did put the bolts in the brackets. That's good practice right there. That way you just don't lose them at all. Already got them there. Gonna tuck these little lights out of the way. And get these bolts out of the brackets. Alright, coming here to this piece, be real careful not to scratch anything. And this thing kind of squeezes in here. It's a pretty tight fit. So kind of got to squish it and kind of slide it down. It's snug. It's a perfect fit though. And there we go. That part is installed. Just tighten up the bolts here. Bing, bang, boom. Always nice to have little Milwaukee tools. Next we're going to throw in this chrome trim. I'm going to buff it up a little bit. Alright, off camera I hit all this stuff with some Quad Zero steel wool, because it was dirty, you know, it needed cleaned up. We're just going to drop these parts in here and just kind of put some of these nuts on, just like, you know, one thread. So you got to slide these ones in, got to slide in behind this other chrome. Oh, and hey guys, if you're still with us, go ahead and hit that subscribe button. There's just more good stuff to come. Hey, and tell me what you guys think about the videos. Seriously, if you hate them, you love them, give me some constructive criticism. I'm gonna work a lot on my camera work. I'm getting a new camera, okay? The shaky, stupid fisheye GoPro. I'm done. I'm done. Like seriously, I gotta sit here and edit this, and I gotta look at some of this footage. The stabilization of the GoPro 7 is non-existent. Non-existent. And then my camera work doesn't help either. So, anyways, any constructive criticism is totally welcome down in the comments, guys. I appreciate it. I just want to see what you think and what you guys want to see. What you guys like to see in YouTube channels. So, anyways, getting this chrome finished up. It really sucks. You gotta sit here with a wrench on some of these. I didn't even want to take it off, but just to paint it right, you gotta take it off. I took it all off. So, you know, boom, chrome trim on. Now, the grill did come in during this time, but I didn't get the Chevy emblem that goes on the grill. That's still in the mail. I didn't get a couple of the trim pieces that go onto the grill that bolt on from the back. So I can't install any of that yet. It's a total bummer. So that's just it. Some of these things are just gonna really complete the truck. Here she is with the chrome trim, looking nice. Oh yeah. We even got little headlight bezels coming. We got new bulbs. I got all the new bulbs in the mail, but I don't have the chrome trim rings, so I can't install those yet. Alright, I think it's about time to probably get these doors on. Now what I've done is these are riveted. So I've just knocked the rivets in recently here, and what we're going to do with those wire looms is we'll replace those rivets with just a coarse thread screw. And that'll just work just fine, and Chevy probably should have just done it from the first place. Or just put riv nuts or something in there, but they didn't. They were very lazy. While we're here, I guess we'll peel this tape out of here, and we'll get this gas door fitted up. Because at this point, this is Monday or Tuesday, and I'm looking for stuff to do. We ain't got any parts. I'm just like looking for stuff to do on this truck that needs done. So we got to get this thing shoved over. We got to loosen up the bracket, pull these bolts back out, and kind of shove that plastic over. You can see the scrapes on the edge there, where I just yanked it out before. Right there and there. So I'm gonna have to get it over farther than that this time, because before I wouldn't have to worry about scratching it, which now I got fresh paint, I can't be scratching it all up. Carefully get this thing in here. Oh god, I hate this. Alright, get this thing moved over. Alright, just easy. Easy. I think we got it. Yep, we're in. Alright, grab these bolts. At least get one bolt sitting in here so it'll stay. Alright, boom, we've got her installed. Get that housing moved back over and get these nice Phillips bolts put back in. And there's 3 7s around the inlet. Oh, nice, yeah. Got to peel off my little tape piece here. I almost forgot about this. Check this out. It's just the little details. The unleaded fuel sticker. Oh, yeah. Then paint over it. That's right. Little drip there. I'll sand that out before the truck's finished. Let's get an update live here. Hey, what's up, guys? We are back here on the Blazer. You saw it last. I think today I'm gonna try to get these doors put on. I really just need to like get my space back. So might put the doors on, might put the hood on. I don't really want to put the hood on, but we might just put the hood on just to get it out of the way. So got the top pulled out of the booth. Turned out nice. So I'm gonna move this truck over a little bit so I can get to that door, and we'll get moving here. Got my friend here holding the door. Get a bolt put in the top and a bolt put in the bottom, and then we'll be home free. I can do the rest of the adjustment myself. Kind of nerve-wracking hanging the doors like this because, you know, they got to slide into the fender. Door gaps look pretty good. Got a little bit of adjustment to do. Alright, let's get this thing. Push this thing forward. It's actually pretty light. Alright, we got this other door put on here. This thing is looking nice and complete. Oh, yes. Feels good to get those doors on. Alright, so we got these rally wheels here, and we are going to repaint these things. Now, the color for these is called Argent Silver or Argent Silver, A-R-G-E-N-T. That's the original color for them. Now, I couldn't find a formula for them in my software, so I'm just going to match them with a chip here. And that looks pretty dang close. I think we're going to go with that exact guy there. Now, what I did to prep these things is hit them with soapy water. First of all, let them dry off, and then I just came in with a scuff pad and some lacquer thinner and just really gave them a scrub. I'll hit them with an acid-based cleaner. It's like a cloth with acid in it. And then I'll just let that dry and flash, and then I'll just hit it with silver, and I'll just hit it with clear. Should be simple enough. Sometimes spraying wheels is kind of a pain because they're round and the paint comes back in your face. Got these hinges to paint here. This one was actually locked up. I had to soak this thing for about 2 days. Just soaked it in some of that carb cleaner, you know, that you get in the gallon can. Man, and I still had to heat it up with a torch and break her loose. I mean, my goodness. So yeah, these things just got to get gloss black because they do show. Let's get to it. Alright, here it is all done. Wheels turned out nice. There are some runs, like I said, you can't see anything. You're just spraying blind. And you got all this clear coming back in your face, so it's kind of a pain, but they turned out really nice, you know. Turned out really nice. Got some nice tires coming soon. You'll see those in a second. Hinges are nice and black. That's the part you'll see there. Looking good. Let's drop in live here for this segment. Hey, what's up, guys? Next, we're going to be restoring this this tailgate trim bezel thing. I'm going to show you guys how to do these things because these things are pretty expensive. I think they're close to $400 usually for a repop of one of these things. So I've restored one in the past. I'll show you guys how I do it and hopefully save you guys some money when you come to doing your restoration, or even just popping this off your truck and making it look nicer. You know what I mean? Because these things do tend to start looking pretty crusty. I'll bring you in here and I'll show you exactly what I mean. All right, so here she is. Okay, and this is what they do. Number one, they kind of start to yellow. And you usually don't notice that unless your truck's got fresh paint on it, and then you really notice it. And then they get these rust pits in them. Okay, now a lot of these aren't going to come out. I'll tell you that. Some of these deep ones around this. We'll pop this off. We got a new emblem. That was not cheap, but it wasn't $400. And I'll show you guys how to do these things because I've done it the wrong way and I've done it the right way. So I'll show you how to do it. All right, now, first time I tried doing one of these things, I just came right in and I just started sanding it. Well, there's like some sort of clear coat on this, and it's like really, really thick. And it's not normal clear coat. It's some weird plasticky, doesn't come off. You just waste all day sanding it. So this is gonna go easier than the last one I did. So get some paint stripper. Really, this is what I really only use. Is you get any other paint stripper, I don't know why, it's just garbage. Aircraft is just the best stuff, I guess. I don't know. I can't believe it either. It doesn't make any sense. Yeah, so we're just gonna strip the paint off this. Now it's gonna take that black paint out of there, but we're gonna tape it off and just repaint that black in at the end of the day. We can just use like some DE 1635, or that's probably what I'll use. Oh Jesus, we got the stream. Not really what I want. All right, we'll just let that marinate. Alright, I got the tailgate flipped over. I'm going to install the hinges because I think you can slide this tailgate in. I think we can get it bolted on. So I was thinking these were going to be a left and a right with the nice looking part of the hinge facing out on each side, and they're just the same hinge. So typical Chevy, I guess. And off camera, we threw the tailgate on. It's kind of nerve-wracking. These things are not light. Okay, this is not like any of the trucks tailgates. This is not like a C10 tailgate. These things are 80 pounds, maybe. You know, I mean, they're heavy. But she's looking really sweet. She's looking real blacked out. Oh man, I mean, this is stuff that makes me want to go for the murdered out look, as you know, and most of it turns out poorly. But I mean, this is where the idea springs from, is when you got a black truck like this and just like, it looks cool, man, all black. We got some more parts to put on here though, and let's see what Lars has got to say here. All right, so you can already see from the beginning that this looks brighter. It's more silver, you know. It was yellow before, remember? So I'm gonna use a sponge pad. All right, now I'm just gonna come in here. I'm just gonna sand it. I'm just gonna go this way. Don't go this way, don't go that way, don't go this way. Definitely don't go this way. Really just try to keep them dead straight. All right, guys, and the grit I'm using is 180. That's pretty important, okay? 180 seems to be fantastic. You really can't even tell any difference between the factory finish and the 180 sandpaper I'm using. Now, does it matter what kind of sandpaper you use? Not necessarily, but I've got a decent sandpaper just because I do body work. So some sandpaper does suck. It's just terrible, and basically like the rocks come right off it. So I think it always pays to get a better sandpaper. Just, you know, don't get the cheapest stuff. Because when you're sanding into like an aluminum like this, sometimes that's when it really shows its price tag. Yeah, so I don't know how much time it would take to get down into these little pits, but it would take a really long time. I think I'm pretty happy with that. Yeah, you get what you pay for, and we didn't pay any dollars, so this is what you get. Maybe a guy could spend 2 hours on this and get it perfect. I'm not sure, but I'm just probably gonna run with that. Because you have to do it by hand. You can't get in here with anything else. All right, we've got it all masked off. Now we'll come in here with the scuff pad, and we're just gonna scuff this area really nice. Really want to get this thing scuffed because it's like polished. The paint won't stick to that real well at all. Just got a can of DE 1635, just like Derek uses. And we're just going to give this thing a nice thin coat. It's spray paint, doesn't like to be sprayed thick. Nice thin first coat, as thin as I can get it. Get that last spot there, boom. We'll wait a little bit, do another coat. Second coat. Third coat. And then honestly, I think there might have been a final coat after that. Get this front bumper put on. Gotta tap these things. I don't know how they got too narrow, but give them some persuasion here. And I'll spare you the bolting on procedure. But there you have it. Little tappy taps. Oh, we're gonna go for the bench press, I think. Oh, nice, I can't see anything. All right, go ahead and peel our rear trim piece. It's all finished. Looking good. Oh man, this thing is looking fantastic. What do you guys think? I mean, see, there you go. You save $400. I mean, how can you complain about that? You got all that silver back. Still got that nice, perfect brush. And those are just smudges there. I just wipe this with a microfiber, and those are just smudges you see on the left and in the center there. So I've been messing with this door fitment a little bit. These things always kind of sag, as you guys know. So put a little shim in the bottom of the hinge just to get it to sit flat. There's no seals in here either, so. But yeah, I've got that body line pretty straight. And there's always this that bugs me. This door sticks out by just an eighth or so. Can't stand it, but there's no more room on the hinges. So that's just the way it is. I don't know why they're like that, but they are. So all in all, pretty good fitment. All right, so I got a wing window here. These are just the original windows, no new nothing. So we're gonna install these real quick. Now this seal, if you got new ones, this seal goes on the inside. It doesn't flap out on the outside. Okay, I see a lot of people and they got it, you know, like, it kind of looks like it does, but it goes on the inside and you can see the factory mark even on it. So, okay, go back here, I think. Find out how wrong I am in a second. There. There's little screws in the jamb that hold it in. There's a bolt down at the bottom. Boom. Vent windows are installed. Well, one of them. Check. Not bad. Ultra rare. I'm not even kidding. You wouldn't think it'd be that hard to find, but these things are super hard to find. Oh my gosh. Some scratches on it. Might even be able to polish those off if a guy tried, but might just leave it exactly how it is. That's in pretty good shape. I cannot complain. That part was hard to find. You can find the crank ones for the old ones, but the electric ones, unobtainium. Here's what's in the other package, which they only take 5 minutes to put on, so they're not gonna take up much of my time, but still need them. Little cables for the tailgate, so let's install those guys. Now these things are pretty simple to put on. Now note the hole I'm putting it in, because there's a bunch of threaded holes in these jambs, and only one of them's for that. Alright, so here's my old one. She's in bad shape. So here's the new one. It's got those scratches on it, but I've read online you really can't polish them off of chrome, and this piece is so hard to find, I'm not gonna risk it. Just gonna hit it with some quad zero steel wool real lightly, and then I'm gonna switch this lock cylinder out. Alright, stand by. Alright, installing this thing's real simple. Just 2 bolts, this nice rubber gasket. I used the old gasket, it was in a lot better shape. Now you do have to move this regulator to get to the bolts. It's 4 bolts, 1, 2 on the bottom, 1 right there, and 1 right here. Take these out real quick. Move that regulator, we can get to these bolts. Now these holes are not slotted. These are holes, and there's one way it goes in, and you'll see it fits a little off center. It's kind of strange. All right, so sometimes you gotta move this. You gotta move the window regulator to get to some of the bolts. Here's the cable that goes into the motor here. You can put a drill on this and lock the chuck and spin it and move this if you need to. So, you know, I'll probably leave this off, but it goes right here. Boom. Here's our new beautiful part. Alright, so I double checked and that's how it fits, man. This is an OEM part. I know it's not upside down, that, you know what I mean? It's got a bevel on it, so. That's these old Chevys for you, though. It's just kind of how they were built. Alright, guys, we're going to come in here and repair this area here. Now, I'm sorry for the camera. The lighting is just terrible, but this area, this little triangle piece, always rusts out, and I do not know exactly why. And it looks like it bolts in, so I've made new ones of these before, and we're going to make a new replacement for this part here, as they always rust out. You can see the rest of the fender is just fine, the fender liner. No rust, just that part, so we're going to get to unbolting this thing. Alright, gonna take these bolts out here. Now, I go to pull this thing off, because in the past they've been so rusty that it just rips off. Now, I found out on this truck that these things are spot welded on, so I got the best tool on the planet here out. Seriously, my favorite tool in the shop. Belt file. You can do anything with a belt file. I mean, these things just amaze me. You can cut through anything, so they're great for taking out spot welds. And come in here and take out these spot welds. We'll just grind this whole thing away, because it's belt file. Boom, got it out. Now we're going to come over here on this A86 quarter panel I have sitting around, and we're going to make a couple new ones of these. Okay, make our little holes and cut them out with a grinder. Really simple part to make. Like I said, I wish someone made them, because I would buy them. Deburr it a little bit. And we're going to go right in and make a second one. The other side, mirror image. Make our bowls. Boom, 2 of them. Beautiful. Now we're going to drill these holes out real quick. Deburr them. Flatten it back out with a hammer. Now this hole's supposed to be really big according to the pattern, so I'm going to go with the old Christmas tree. Get her nice and enlarged. Do this second one here. Bing, bang, boom. Deburr it. Hit it with a hammer. Flatten her back out. And send her down the road. Now, we'll test fit here. Looks like she's going to fit up really nice. And man, even I was pleased with this. Those holes on the left there, those are drilled pretty accurately. Just gonna hit this thing with some 180 real quick, because we're gonna spray it later. Now I've used some 3M seam sealer on this. I recorded it, but my camera failed me. We're just gonna run this thing in. Kind of smash the bottom in a little bit. That metal is nice and annealed. Alright, our taillights came in, so I'm gonna throw in these housings. Even though I'm gonna have to take them back off to do the trim, I gotta put them in. I gotta see them. There's that Silverado trim that goes under the taillight right there in that corner. And look at these. Oh man, we should have ordered these for all of our trucks, man. So worth it. They look factory. And you can never buff the original ones out, you know, as nice as these are. So it's totally worth it. T15s, screw those in. Alright, now we got another box here. Let's see what came in the mail. Okay, now those I won't open on camera, but later I open them. And okay, this is our Chevy emblem for the tailgate trim piece that we restored. That is nice. Now these are that exact piece that goes under the taillight for the trim. Oh man, look at this thing. This thing is absolutely gorgeous. Absolutely worth buying. My goodness. Snug this thing on with those little punched out nuts that Chevy loves so much. And let's get to installing this thing. I am excited for this. Oh my god, already. Alright, more punched out nuts. We got 5 of them on the back of this guy. Bing, bang, boom. Kind of snug these things up. Can't get them too tight now. And oh man, look at that. Oh, now see, that's what I've been waiting for. Look at that. It's absolutely wonderful. Now we're getting somewhere. Now we're getting somewhere. And look at that part we restored. It turned out so nice. It was so worth that time. Alright guys, thanks for watching. I really appreciate you. And if you enjoyed the video at all, give it a like and hit that subscribe button. There's more coming. I'm sorry this thing's not finished already. It's blame it on FedEx. I'm telling you, we got one more box in the mail and it's full of everything we need to get all these other bits and pieces on. So next week this thing's gonna be, I think, all done, okay? Hopefully I get it done early enough in the week that I can make a nice unveiling video, get some sweet rolling shots of this thing. I'll tell you what though, it's gonna be sitting on its new wheels and tires. It's gonna be looking really nice. I got more stuff coming for it, obviously, a lot more parts. We got the seals for the topper, that's why the top's not on. And it's just gonna be good, alright? And like I've been saying, there's stuff coming to the channel. I got new stuff for the channel. So hit that subscribe button, guys. I appreciate you watching. And as always, this is Lars, Americana, out.